The movie Incantation is actually based on a true story of a family in Taiwan and what happened to them when they get cursed by a demon, how they are tortured for 2 months straight until one of them ends up dead. In the real life case of Incantation, the Wu family, each one of them becomes possessed by a deity. They just need to figure out who is the demon. So first they start by sprinkling the floors of the entire apartment with rice grains and salt because demons don't like that. Neighbors said they would see this through the windows and they would hear it. They would force one of the family members to kneel down and they would just use their hands like automatic slappers, just slapping their face left and right to beat the demon out of them.
They do that to everyone.
Yes.
Including parents.
Yes. And it's not working. And that's when they start beating each other. They take turns. Every day it's someone else with a broomstick, with mops. They're using the joss sticks to burn holes into each other, like you would burn cigarette marks, but with the joss sticks. It's said that deities prefer cleanliness, even demons. I guess the logic the family comes up with is that if the spirits, all spirits, even the bad ones, hate dirtiness, that means they like cleanliness. Then if you make yourself so dirty, why would a spirit want to be in you or be around you? Why would they possess you if they hate dirtiness that much? That's how they start smearing human excrement all over the walls, as well as on the dinner plates. They splash each other with urine and feces, and when that still does not work, they resort to cleansing the spirits from within, which I guess in that moment in their minds, it makes sense to a degree that they would need to consume the feces and urine. They start fasting, they don't eat any other food, and this is actually showcased in the movie as well, Incantation. They start starving and only feeding themselves feces. When the police arrive at the scene, they want to know what the problem is with the Wu family. In one of the bedrooms, there's a 28-year-old woman lying motionless on the floor. She has been dead for 2 days before the police found her body. The hospital starts an autopsy on the woman, and her whole body looks incredibly pale. There's these massive wounds all over her body, giant bruises, fist-sized, up and down her body, but more puzzling than that are these tiny circular uniform burn marks shoved into the woman's nostrils, mouth, in her esophagus, and smeared all over her skin is a mixture of urine and feces. The police are able to confirm that the deceased woman is the eldest daughter of the Wu family. The family are not found until 3 days later. The 5 remaining Wu family members are covered in bruises, as well as the same scars that Sister A had, those circular burn marks. The entire family show the authorities all their scars to show the eldest daughter was not the only one injured in this mass exorcism they were trying to hold. After 2 months of torture, Sister A, the eldest, had passed. And now talking about it, the family seemed relieved. They finally got the demon that was plaguing the family. I mean, even if it results in the loss of their own daughter, they seem relieved. The family members were initially charged and found not guilty of murder. Their exorcism did not directly result in her death. They were charged with then the crime of abandoning a corpse after death, but it does not appear that any of them served any jail time.
Dad.
Merlin?
Hey. ¿Quién sos? Andate de mi casa.
These all start going viral on TikTok. A TikToker named Harrison Schuyler posts a video. I think she's also an OnlyFans model. Posts a story time about the wildest thing that happened at the club 2 days ago. So she ends up at the club at the Keys, and suddenly this man appears. She has never seen this man in her entire life. Schuyler is like, I don't know this man, but this man, this stranger is like, hey you, my friend over there wants to gift you a Birkin.
Damn, what an opening.
He was like, my friend knows who you are. He's a fan of you and your work, and he wants to gift you a Birkin. And she says, and I quote, and this kid, I'm going to refer to him as a kid. I mean, he was definitely over the age of 18 or 21, hopefully, because he was at the club, but he looked pretty young. He comes towards me and he's like, I got this for you. And he hands me this box. It was the actual Hermes box. And he's like, do you like it? And I'm like, yeah, I do, but is it real? And he was like, of course it's real. It's for you. You can have it. And just walks away. The kid walks away after giving her. And it was, by the way, it was a Kelly, not a Birkin. But anyway, who cares? Another TikToker, Olivia Allen, 3, she starts posting TikToks at the same time. And she starts going viral of the green one. And it's the same story. A man in the club just randomly gifts her a Kelly bag, which is absolutely insane.
The Rosicrucians is this secret society, and it was started by a man. His name was Christian Rosenkreuz. He's a German man that grew up a monk. His family was actually killed because his family was practicing Christian mysticism. He was brought in by the church, raised a monk, but he always questioned the church. And on his journey, he went to Israel, Damascus, and different parts of the Middle East, and came back. He's like, what I've learned from these people is this access to a hidden knowledge.
Uh-oh.
And he started this movement. They practice the secrets of the universe, how to heal people, science, astrology, enchantments, alchemy, and how to access the realm to which true knowledge lies. And everything that they teach is exactly what the Watchers introduced to man. But what I found interesting is that the Knights Templar, those were the knights that protected the Christians on the Crusades, and they're ultimately dissolved in 1312 because the King of France said that the Knights Templar were starting to worship idols and started practicing mysticism. The speculation is that they are involved in how everything is running in the world. This whole thing of accessing this ancient knowledge, this untapped knowledge from the different realm to bring harmony amongst Earth.
It's not very harmonious right now on Earth.
Exactly, because it's like, well, do you think they're getting their knowledge from?
Hi, I'm gonna play.
Okay, so I'm sitting here thinking about this certain segment in Smile 2, and I have a genuine question about a segment that I truly just don't understand. So if you haven't seen Smile 2, scroll away, because there are going to be spoilers in here. Okay, so the part that I'm struggling to understand is honestly the whole ending segment of the movie, because in the first Smile, we have this scene where Rose drives to the hospital and she goes to knife up Carl. Her boss sees, her boss rips his face off, and then Rose, comes to in her car. So the viewer has a very clear understanding of, oh, this whole time, like, that didn't happen. That was a hallucination. And Rose has just been sitting in her car in the parking lot the whole time. Well, in Smile 2, the end of the movie is Sky Riley wakes up in the pod, or she's like, comes to, and she's in the pod and she's on stage ready to perform. Where was she that whole time? Like, where was actual lucid Sky Riley? Like again, Rose wakes up in the car and we know that that's where she's been this whole time. Where was Sky Riley this whole time? Like, what was the moment that it stopped being reality? And where was she? I feel like my brain is not grasping this segment of the movie. And does this make sense?
Tattoos I wish I didn't see this week. Healing process of a palm tattoo. Started to see it fall out at day 4. Majorly dropped out at day 8. Barely there at day 14. It's a shame. There are some very talented artists who do these palm tattoos very successfully. If you're going to sit through the pain of it, you may as well go to a specialist. Your typical micro-realistic finger tattoo done in predominantly white ink. What could go wrong? When are people going to learn? As an artist, you have a duty of care towards your clients. There's no excuse for this. On the other hand, as the client, do some basic research. You don't know what you're talking about. I've done tons of these tattoos and they've healed up fine. Show me. Send me a picture. Prove me wrong. I will make a video retracting my statement. But you can't, can you? Danny DeVito. Found it funny. I thought I'd show it to you. I'm all for it. It's not going to stay in, but there you go.